Today is August 9th, 2018. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Jerry Ropp in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
Here in Bartlesville.
When's your birthday?
August 10th, 1947.
Who is your father?
Ray Ropp.
Ray Ropp. And your mother?
Virginia Ropp.
What was her
Heimer.
name? I'm sorry?
Heimer was her maiden name.
Okay. Did you go through school at Bartlesville?
Yes, I did, all 12 years.
Graduated what year?
In 65.
From college, high school?
Yes, sir.
I was 64. What kind of work did your father do?
Dad worked National Zinc, and he was a jailer here in Washington County.
Oh, okay. What did you do for recreation in high school?
We feasted and hunted
Where?
everywhere. My grandparents had a farm over by Nowata, and
Okay.
of course we feast all the neighbors' ponds plus Grandpa's.
Yeah. Did you help them on the farm?
Oh, yeah.
What did you do
Yeah.
on the farm?
Oh, we helped them cut wheat, drive the trucks, and scoop wheat into the bins and shuck corn and things like that.
What's your grandparents' names?
Arthur Heimer.
Okay. Did you climb the mountain?
Oh, many times. Rode a bicycle down it 2 or 3 times.
Why'd you do that?
Just for something to do.
What about Circle Mountain?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we was all over Circle Mountain.
What'd you do up there?
Coon hunt. That's back for any houses were built.
And there's my playground up there.
Yeah.
Where'd you live in those days when you were growing up?
Over on 5th and Rogers,
15 Rogers.
right on the corner.
Describe your house.
Oh, it's a small house. It was a lot of love in that old house. It was small, but we all got along together.
You go to Jane Phillips School?
No, sir, I went to Lincoln.
Lincoln. Oh, Mr. Stewart.
Yes, sir.
Was a
Grade
principal.
school. Yes, sir.
And Mrs. Stidham was the history teacher.
Yes, she was.
And
Mrs. Grant was the
Mrs.
math teacher.
Yes. Who was your favorite teacher in school?
That'd be hard to say. I didn't really have what you call a favorite teacher. I liked them all and got along with them all.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was able to graduate.
What did you do after high school?
Went to work at Sears and Roebuck downtown.
What did you do?
I was took in all the freight, got it all sorted out and put in bins for people when they'd come in to pick it up. It would be there.
Okay. Where was the store, the Sears and Roebuck store?
It was down on Dewey at that time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Who was your supervisor at Sears and Roebuck?
Andy, I can't remember Andy's last name. It's been so many years. It's been over 50, so.
Where were you when Kennedy was assassinated?
I was working over in the wheat harvest out in western Oklahoma. That was in 1963.
When you heard about that, what did you think?
I was very sad. As our president. Even back then, I was still in high school, but, he was our president.
So where'd you cut wheat in western Oklahoma?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, over around Pond Creek, Deer Creek, Narden, all around in that area.
When I was a kid, we went on the wheat harvest. Did you know my dad, Harold Todd? He ran Todd Salvage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is your dad?
I grew up in that salvage.
Oh, my. Yeah, Dad bought many a part out there.
Yeah. So did you enlist or were you drafted?
I was drafted. Me and my older brother, William, was drafted on the same day.
When?
In November 16th, 1966.
Where'd you go for your basic training?
El Paso,
Fort Bliss.
Fort Bliss,
That's
both of us.
That's where I took mine.
But they separate us down there, so we wouldn't be together.
Were you on Logan Heights?
That sounds, it's been so many years. Yeah, I think we were in the new barracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about basic training.
Oh, it wasn't nothing new to me, we always hunt and feast and run around and camped out, and so, physical part of it was easy for me. It wasn't for a lot of the guys coming in. We had a lot of guys from New York, never seen a cow, didn't do much running till they got into basic, so basic was easy.
Oh, yeah. What type of training did you have in basic?
Just your normal, how to shoot a gun, which I knew how, and things like that, just build up your physical and mental abilities.
How was bivouac out in the desert?
That was great. It got cold at night, but it wasn't any hardship to me.
How about your drill instructors?
They were great.
Recall their names?
The only one I can remember is Sergeant Wade. He was
Sergeant?
Wade, W-A-D-E.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I give my son's middle name Wade.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of him. He was good.
How long did basic last?
For us, it lasted a long time because we was the first year they let us come home at Christmas time during basic, so it extended, 2 weeks. So it was 10 weeks, but we had 2 weeks off there.
So after basic, where'd you go?
Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Fort Polk.
Infantry.
Tell me about Fort Polk.
Well, we had it made because they was renovating the buildings down there, so we lived in tent cities, so we didn't have to polish no floors, just, keep it mainly clean. Trouble is, you had to run every morning and evening to the chow hall, and that was a mile away.
Were you in Tigerland?
Oh, yes, sir.
What is Tigerland?
Tigerland is just a build up and get you used to Vietnam if you got sent over there, mainly is what it was all about.
Did they have villages built up or what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had villages that you trained to go into, how to check them out and things like that, but that was just part of it, Okay.
How did your infantry training compare to basic?
Oh, a lot more advanced. I mean, we mess around with live hand grenades and things like that. 99% of the people don't even know what a real hand grenade looks like, much less, pull the pin, throw it, and how to handle them, and how to be careful with them.
What's your most vivid memory of your infantry training?
Shooting, which I love to shoot. Yeah, I like that when we'd go out to the rifle range.
What rifle were you shooting?
I was shooting, back then, the M14. When I got to Vietnam, we got the new weapons, the M16.
Did you fire expert?
No. I didn't fire expert. But I qualified with the rifle, the machine gun, and the automatic rifle, and the pistol, but it never got put on my record, so I didn't. Yeah. No big deal.
You had to go through your the gas chamber?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
It just burns and steams your skin, but if you don't rub it, just let it wear off, and you're fine.
Okay. What about the obstacle course?
Oh, that was easy. My goodness, I scored real good in it. Matter of fact, somewhere on my records, I run the mile with combat boots on in 5 minutes and 15 seconds, which was really good.
Yes.
But like I say, we was so used to working and everything when I got drafted, that wasn't no
Yeah.
big deal.
So from Fort Polk, where'd you go?
Fort Polk, I went to Ankh, Vietnam.
Tell me back on to Ankh.
Well, when I first got there,
How'd you travel?
Air Force flew us over.
Where did
C-141 Starlifter.
You left from where?
San Diego.
When you were leaving San Diego, what were you thinking?
Well, I left on the 4th day of July, so I thought to myself, I'm leaving with a bang. I hope I don't come back with a bang, but I did.
So you landed in Ankh, and what happened?
Then they assigned us to a company, and of course you go through 3 days of orientation about the land, the people, and things like that, and then you get shipped out in the boonies.
What company were you assigned to?
I was with A Company, 5th Battalion, 7th Calvary. That was Custer's old regiment, and when we saluted saying Gary On, which was General Custer's favorite song and favorite person.
Now, Ankh is located where?
In about the middle of the country.
Is that in the Central Highlands?
No, it was close, but
Okay. And you arrived there on July 4th? 1960?
well, I left the States
Okay.
on July 4th.
Yeah. That was 1967?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you left Ankh, where'd you go?
Well, they flew me out to the company, and we started through the mountains.
Where was the company located?
Just out in the boonies.
So what'd you do?
I was infantry, and first 10 days I carried ammo for the machine guns, and I didn't like that, so I volunteered to carry radio. You know, radio pretty heavy, but it's sure a lot better than carrying ammunition.
So you were an RTO?
Yep.
Did you have any training to be an RTO?
No, but it's not hard to learn.
You were carrying ammunition for which machine gun?
The 30 caliber
30 caliber.
machine gun.
Okay. Now, did you go on patrol?
Several times.
Okay. Were you at a base camp out in the boonies, or?
No base camp. You just moved all day long, camped at night, and then moved out again.
Now, how many men, when you're moving out on patrol, whatever, how many men are in the group?
We had 152 men in our company. We had a large company.
Now, did you all move together?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, what was the object of moving through the jungle? What were you looking for?
The enemy.
Enemy. Find them?
Oh, yeah.
Or did they find you?
Both.
What happened?
Firefight.
What is a firefight?
Firefights when one guy shoots at another. We lost a lot of men in 7 months that I was over there. And we gave them as good as we got. So it's made me grow up. I seen a lot of men die. And myself, I was wounded and wounded bad and spent 14 months in the hospital. But had a lot of operations. But it's just part of life to me.
First time you came under fire, what did you think?
I was scared as hell. You know, it's not, of course nowadays it is, but back then it wasn't common to be shot at, you know.
Now, were you a target carrying the radio?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, being the radio man, are you close to the commander?
Yeah, because I carried a company radio.
Okay. What was your radio sign? Your call sign?
Oh, we had several. The first one was Falcon Adam.
Falcon Adam.
Yeah, was our first call sign, and then we had the other one was Big Sky, and we put numbers behind it.
Okay.
We was Big Sky 1, and you know the other companies, you had A, B, C, and D companies out there, and they took the other numbers.
Okay. Have any contact with the local people when you were out?
Very seldom.
Was in the area, was it mainly VC or NVA, or could you tell?
Yeah, you couldn't really tell. Both.
What about booby traps?
We had a lot of them. We had a lot of men hurt.
What kind of booby traps were they?
They had all kinds. They had punji pits with sharp sticks. They also would take sea ration cans and put metal spikes sharpened, sticking up in dig a hole and cover it with sticks and brush, and when you step on it, it'd go through your foot. Matter of fact, I got one at home that I brought back.
Because I understand they put a metal plate in the boots.
We didn't have them, no.
Okay. You said you were wounded?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
We was at the Tamkey airstrip.
Tamkey?
Yeah, guarding it.
How do
They
you
had,
spell that? Tamkey.
I have no idea. Tamkey, I believe.
Okay.
They attached us to the Americal division, our whole company, and sent us up north to help the Marines during the Tet Offensive is when I got hurt.
Where were you when Tet broke out?
We was there at the airstrip guarding it,
Okay.
and then they dropped over 300 rockets. They was mainly tearing up the airstrip. You know, they had that corrugated metal down, and they was making great big holes in the airstrip, and some guys got hurt, and I went out and brought them back and got them a medic, and last guy I brought in was when a rocket lit real close and got me, and they gave me the Bronze Star with V for valor, which it's just one of them things. I think anybody would have done what I done, and I don't consider myself a hero. I just did what needed to be done.
So when were you wounded? You recall the date?
Yeah, January 26th of 68.
So you were wounded. What happened?
Well, they got a medic over there and tried to stop all the bleeding, and they brought a helicopter in and flew me out to the USS Repose medevac ship.
Repose?
Yeah. And I spent 19 days on it with 3 major surgeries in that 19 days. And then brought me back home. Ship come into Japan, not Japan, to Singapore, I believe. And then they flew us from Singapore, and I finally wound up at Fort Sill. Because my parents lived here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go to Fort Riley because my wife's parents, my father-in-law at that time was a dietitian cook out the, you remember Pete Williams? Yeah, he was on the Oklahoma
Yes.
when it was bombed in Pearl Harbor.
I've interviewed him.
Yeah. And so I wanted to go up there, but me and my folks here in Oklahoma, they brought me to Fort Sill, and then I was in the hospital here 14 months with lots of operations.
So when were you discharged?
I was discharged December the 31st, 1969, but I really didn't get to leave till January 7th of 1970
Yeah.
because of the paperwork
Okay.
and You know how that goes.
Besides being wounded, what's your most vivid memory of Vietnam?
The men I served with, Larry Newland, was like a brother to me over there. We covered one another pretty close. Larry made it back alive, but he is now deceased.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, you come close to them while you're in that situation.
Mm-hmm. So what have you done since you got your discharge?
Oh, everything. I went back to work for Sears, and then I worked 20 years at Red Pump. And then I started during that 20 years, my brother and I started Ropp Brothers Tree Service here in Bartlesville and run it for a long time. And then I sold out to him and started hauling cattle for 10 years.
Okay.
And then I retired because my body is going downhill.
But you haul cattle, what, 18-wheeler? Those big cattle trucks?
No, I hauled about half what a pot would haul.
Okay.
But I did a lot of ranch work, hauling from pasture to pasture. And when the buyers would buy them at the sale barns, I would haul them out to the ranches so they could process them. And
What ranches did you work for?
oh man, John Hughes, Canes around here, Galleries, and over around Veneta, Frank Robinson, who is the brother-in-law to Sam Walton, that owns Walmart's. He's got 3 huge ranches over there. But I've hauled wild horses, you name it, everything but buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would you join the Army again?
No. I'd go to the Air Force.
Air Force, yeah.
They had a lot better food, a lot cleaner sheets. We didn't have no sheets.
Well, I didn't ask, what was the terrain like over there where you were in the boondocks?
It was rough, a lot of elephant grass that would cut you if you run your finger down it the wrong way, walking through it. A lot of just jungle. You'd have to take a machete and chop your way through a lot. Because you didn't want to go down the path. They booby-trapped him, so you had to go around everything.
What about the monsoons?
Oh, that was, when I first got there, it rained 17 days and nights. The whole 17 days I stayed wet. Something you get used to. Of course, we was little, we was kids, we'd play out in rainstorms, so the only thing over there, you had to worry about somebody shooting at you while you was in rain.
How'd you keep your feet dry?
Well, I kept mine dry because my wife sent me clean socks. And I kept them in a plastic bag. I had 5 pair a week. But a lot of guys didn't. A lot of guys had the foot rot, and you'd walk in the sand, they'd get in your shoes, and you'd walk, and they'd eat your skin up. But I was very lucky. My wife sent me socks and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm. I've heard Vietnam's a beautiful country.
It is. My daughter spent a year over there teaching. Of course, it's 30 years later, and she loved it. The president of South Vietnam invited Joyce and I over there, but I declined to go. I didn't want to go back.
Have you been to the wall in Washington?
No, but I seen the wall here when it come through here.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to do a word association. I'll give you some words, and you give me your reaction. The first one is basic training.
To me, it's fun.
Tigerland.
That was tough.
Ankei.
Scary because you just get in the country and not knowing what's going on or who's going to shoot at you.
7th Cavalry.
One of the greatest units ever going.
Mm-hmm. Booby trap.
Terrifying.
BC.
Well, you never know who was who over there.
Tet.
It's terrible. They caught us with our pants down.
Lyndon Johnson.
He was just doing what Congress voted to do, and I don't have much to say about him.
Richard Nixon.
Never did care for the man.
Ho Chi Minh.
Very brilliant. Matter of fact, he studied here in the United States.
How do you want to be remembered?
As a kind, giving person that never had an enemy.
Where'd you meet your wife?
Here in Bartlesville,
What's her name?
Joyce Ann.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, me and her have been married 52 years. We have 2 kids, Ginger Ann. She's married with 1 grandchild, and her husband lives in Chicago. And our son, Kentucky Wade, lives in San Antonio. And that's about it.
Well, sir, this is an excellent interview.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the
Well,
interview.
Thank you for your service.
And again, this is August 9th, 2018. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Jerry Ropp in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Thank you.
Thank you.